everyone. Today I'm going to take you along with me while I make a sweater on my SK280 with my SRP 60 in ribber. And I am going to be following a pattern. Sometimes you just got to follow a pattern because don't feel like writing one right now. But this is the Bliss raglan from MIMKATO. I can link it in the description. The yarn I will be using for this project is a wool and silk blend. I will also be using this very thin lace weight yarn that kind of has multiple different colors in it. All right, so this is what I have so far. As you can see, the way it's being constructed is you start with the neckband. I've just got it pinned. And then you put off a certain number of needles, 2 for the sleeves on waist yarn. And then you put the front on waist yarn. You see the brown yarn right here. And then the back on waist yarn. And I did a lot of, this should be my raglan line. We'll see where it lands. We'll see how this turns out. This is my first time doing a construction like this on the knitting machine from the top down. It's starting to make sense. However, I'm worried. Like, I did the full number of rows for a full length sleeve, but I don't think that that's gonna turn out. But I think it'll be cute either way with just like a half sleeve. I finished the back and I've just got it pinned together to kind of see what it looks like. I think it's definitely going to be pretty fitted, but we'll just see how it turns out. Right now I'm a little, I don't know. Update, I have just finished doing the increases for the raglan line on the front panel, and then I knit straight down 100 rows for the length of the sweater. And now I'm going to transfer every 2 stitches from the main bed to the ribber bed and do 20 rows of ribbing. Then I'll bind that off and we'll pin it together and see how it looks. Okay, so I just pulled off the front panel and I've got the sweater laid out. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is steam it because I'm not sure what I want to do with the sleeves yet. Hello! So I have the sweater pinned and I think it looks great. There are, little mistakes here and there on my bind off here. I mean, just piddly little things. I did screw up part of the ribbing because I didn't have enough weight. I still have the waist yarn on the sleeves because I was debating on putting them back on the machine to make longer sleeves with a cuff at the bottom. I'm not quite sure yet. So yeah, for my first time doing this kind of raglan top-down construction on the machine, I feel like it's gone really well. I think I'm gonna just leave the edge here of the ribbing open so I'll only seam down to there and kind of leave that split. Also, the partial knitting that I did for the front here, right at the neckline so that it comes down a bit lower. And then so the back sits up a bit higher. It's perfectly comfortable on my neck. and I'm just like kind of shocked it's turned out this good. Hey everyone, so it's day 3 working on the sweater, and in the previous clips I was talking about how I'm not sure what I want to do with the bottom of the sleeve. I have decided that I'm going to put it back on the machine and add ribbing just so it has a more finished look. I did kind of like the idea of leaving it curled, but I feel like since there's ribbing at the neck and the bottom hem that it would just overall look better with some ribbing on the sleeves. But I do think I'm gonna do this ribbing at a tighter, on a lower, I'll have to crop that out. I'm gonna do the ribbing on the sleeves at 7 and maybe do it even tighter on the last row before I bind off. Let's go. Okay, so I rehung the sleeve, and I'm not sure if this is acceptable in the knitting machine community, but I didn't have a way to get the weights on for the ribber. So I just stuck it through the knitting and then hung my weights, which I'm sure could affect your knit stitches. But I did it with the front panel for the ribbing and it turned out fine. It didn't stretch the stitches. Okay, so this is the first sleeve with the ribbing at the bottom. I did 12 rows of ribbing for the sleeve and I did it at a tighter tension. I like it and I think it looks cleaner. It just feels like it's, I don't know, not sitting the way it's supposed to. So I'm hoping that when I seam everything together and then I block it, that'll all get squared away. I'm thinking it's just the yarn. So my electric linker, the motor, has something going on with it, so I had to hand crank it. But let's take a look at this raglan line because it is absolutely stunning. Okay, here she is. I really love how this turned out. I love the simplicity of it with the white and the other yarn that kind of gives it a little bit of something besides plain white. And I'm glad that I did the ribbing on the sleeves because I just feel like it looks more professional. Yeah, the raglan lines turned out really great. I feel like they could have been a little bit more over here. So maybe next time I do it, I'll have more stitches for the sleeve so that the raglan line is a little bit over. I think I'm going to start constructing more tops in this way, and maybe do some Fair Isle with some more funky colors because I love bright colors. And this is a little plain for my style, but sometimes you need just a plain top, you know? Yeah, I love it so much, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the top. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.